Hey, beautiful souls. So, I just sat down with my tarot deck tonight, and I have to share what came through for my Libra family because honestly, the energy I'm picking up is absolutely incredible. I'm getting this strong Phoenix rising vibe, and I know some of you have been through it lately, like really been through some challenging times, but what I'm seeing ahead is so much brighter than where you've been. Let me just shuffle these cards and see what wants to come through for you all. As I'm shuffling, I'm already feeling this shift in energy, like there's this lightness coming in after a period of heaviness. If you're a Libra and you've been feeling stuck or like things just haven't been flowing the way they usually do for you, I want you to pay close attention to what's coming through because there's some real magic brewing for your sign. Okay, the first card that wants to come out for you Libras is the Eight of Swords. And before you think, oh no, that sounds negative, let me explain what I'm seeing here. This card is actually showing me the tail end of a cycle where you've felt mentally restricted or trapped by your own thoughts. You know how us Libras can get stuck in analysis paralysis sometimes, weighing every option until we're completely overwhelmed? That's what this card represents. But here's the beautiful thing about it appearing in your reading right now. The Eight of Swords shows a figure who appears bound and blindfolded, but if you look closely at the traditional imagery, those bonds are loose and the path to freedom is right there. This is telling me that whatever mental prison you've been creating for yourself, whatever overthinking patterns or limiting beliefs have been holding you back, you're about to break free from them completely. The phoenix doesn't rise from comfort. It rises from the ashes of what no longer serves it. I'm seeing that many of you have been in this space of feeling like you have no good options, like every choice leads to some kind of compromise or loss. But what's shifting now is your perspective. You're starting to realize that the limitations you've been experiencing have been largely self-imposed. The blindfold is coming off, and you're seeing possibilities that were there all along, but you couldn't perceive them before. This mental breakthrough that's coming for you is going to be profound. It's like you've been trying to solve a puzzle with pieces you thought were missing, but they were actually right there in front of you the whole time. The way you've been approaching problems, relationships, and decisions is about to completely shift, and this new clarity is going to open doors you didn't even know existed. What I love about this appearing first in your reading is that it's showing me you're graduating from a very challenging but ultimately necessary period of your life. You needed to go through this mental restructuring to emerge stronger and wiser. The phoenix symbolism is so perfect here because just like that mythical bird, you had to experience a kind of death of your old way of being to be reborn into something much more powerful. The second card that came out is the Three of Wands, and this is where things get really exciting for you Libras. After breaking free from those mental constraints, you're not just sitting around wondering what's next. Oh no, you're actively planning and preparing for expansion. The Three of Wands is all about having a vision for your future and taking practical steps to make it happen. What I'm seeing here is that you're entering a phase where your natural Libra ability to see the big picture is going to be your superpower. You've always been good at seeing how things connect and understanding balance and harmony, but now you're applying these skills to creating something entirely new in your life. This isn't about getting back to where you were before whatever challenges you faced. This is about building something completely different and better. The figure in the Three of Wands is looking out over a vast landscape, ships in the distance representing opportunities coming toward them. For you Libras, I'm seeing this as multiple opportunities starting to present themselves, but unlike before when too many choices would overwhelm you, now you have the clarity to recognize which ones align with your true path. This card is telling me that you're in a planning and preparation phase right now. You might not see all the results yet, but trust me, the foundation you're laying now is solid gold. I'm getting such strong messages about partnerships and collaborations being part of this expansion. As a Libra, you naturally thrive in partnership, and I'm seeing some incredible alliances forming for you in the coming months. What's different now is that you're approaching partnerships from a place of strength rather than need. Before, you might have been looking for someone or something to complete you or fix your problems, but now you're coming from a place of wholeness. You know your worth, you know what you bring to the table, and you're only interested in connections that are truly mutual and balanced. I'm also getting messages about travel or relocation for some of you. The Three of Wands often indicates expanding your horizons literally as well as figuratively. If you've been feeling called to make a geographical change or explore new territories, whether physical, intellectual, or spiritual, this is your green light. The universe is supporting bold moves right now. The third card that wants to speak to you is the Queen of Cups, and this is where the new love energy really starts to show up. But it's not just about romantic love, though that's definitely part of it for many of you. This card is telling me that you're stepping into your emotional mastery, and this is going to completely transform how you experience and express love in all its forms. The Queen of Cups represents someone who has learned to navigate their emotional world with wisdom and grace. She's not suppressed or disconnected from her feelings, but she's also not overwhelmed by them. For you, Libras, this is significant because I know many of you have struggled with emotional extremes, either shutting down completely to avoid conflict or becoming so emotionally invested that you lose your center. What I'm seeing is that you're finding this beautiful middle ground where you can be fully open and vulnerable while still maintaining your emotional sovereignty. This is incredibly attractive energy, by the way. When someone is emotionally mature and secure within themselves, they become magnetic in the most authentic way. For those of you who are single, the Queen of Cups appearing in this position tells me that you're about to attract love from a completely different vibration than you have before. You're not looking for someone to save you or complete you because you've done that work yourself. You're looking for someone to share the fullness of who you are, and that's when the most beautiful connections happen. For those of you already in relationships, this card suggests a deepening and maturing of the emotional bond. If your relationship survived the challenging period you've been through, it's about to enter a much more fulfilling phase. You're both going to be able to show up more authentically, and the love you share is going to have deeper roots and stronger foundations. But here's what I find most beautiful about the Queen of Cups appearing in your Phoenix Rising reading. This card tells me that your capacity for love has actually expanded through your challenges. The difficulties you've faced haven't made you bitter or closed off. They've made you more compassionate, more understanding, and more capable of holding space for others. You're becoming the kind of person who can love without losing yourself, who can care deeply without becoming codependent, who can be supportive without being enabling. This emotional evolution is part of your Phoenix transformation, and it's going to change everything about how you experience relationships moving forward. Let me pull one more card because I'm feeling there's something else that wants to come through about this new chapter you're entering. The card that just appeared is the Six of Pentacles, and this is so perfect because it's showing me the balance and reciprocity that's about to enter your life in a major way. The Six of Pentacles is often called the card of giving and receiving, and for you, Libras, this couldn't be more relevant right now. After a period where you might have felt like you were giving more than you were receiving or struggling to find that sweet spot of balanced exchange, you're about to experience relationships and situations where the flow is much more even and fair. This card appearing in this position tells me that your Phoenix Rising isn't just about personal transformation, it's about stepping into a new level of abundance and prosperity. But this isn't just material abundance, though that may be part of it. This is about abundance in all areas of your life: emotional abundance, spiritual abundance, abundance of opportunities, and meaningful connections. What I love about this is that the Six of Pentacles shows someone who has enough to share freely while also being open to receiving what others have to offer. You're moving out of scarcity consciousness and into abundance consciousness. And this shift is going to attract people and opportunities that operate from the same mindset. I'm getting strong messages about your career or creative projects taking off in ways you haven't expected. The Six of Pentacles can indicate recognition for your talents and efforts, maybe even financial rewards or opportunities that acknowledge your worth in tangible ways. If you've been undervalued or underappreciated in your work life, that's about to change dramatically. But what strikes me most about this card in your reading is how it ties back to the phoenix symbolism. The phoenix doesn't just rise for its own benefit, it rises as a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. Your transformation, your journey from the ashes to this new level of wholeness and success, is going to inspire and help others who are going through similar challenges. You're about to become a living example of how it's possible to rebuild your life in a way that's more authentic and fulfilling than what you had before. People are going to look at your journey and feel hopeful about their own possibilities for transformation and renewal. Now, let me pull a couple more cards because I want to get specific about timing and practical guidance for you. The next card is the Ace of Cups, and I'm getting chills because this is pure new beginning energy in the emotional realm. The Ace of Cups represents a fresh start in matters of the heart and soul. This could manifest as new love for those who are single, a renewal of passion and connection for those in relationships, or a deeper spiritual awakening and emotional healing for everyone. What I'm seeing is that your heart space is being completely cleared and renewed. If you've been carrying old wounds, grudges, or fears around love and relationships, the Ace of Cups tells me these are being washed away. It's like your emotional slate is being wiped clean so you can write a completely new story about love and connection in your life. This ties so beautifully into the Phoenix energy because the Ace of Cups represents the purest form of emotional and spiritual rebirth. Your capacity to love, to trust, to be vulnerable and open is being restored and actually enhanced beyond what it was before your challenges began. For many of you, this new beginning in love might come in a form you don't expect. It might be a friendship that turns into something more, a chance encounter that feels destined, or even a return of someone from your past, but on completely different terms. The key thing is that whatever form this new love takes, it's going to feel fresh and unencumbered by the patterns and wounds of your past. I'm also seeing that this emotional renewal is going to have a ripple effect on every area of your life. When your heart is open and healed, everything else flows more easily. Your creativity increases, your intuition gets stronger, your ability to manifest what you want becomes more powerful. The sixth card that came through is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is giving me such practical, grounded energy after all the emotional and spiritual renewal we've been talking about. This card tells me that you're not just dreaming about a better life, you're taking consistent, practical steps to build it. The Knight of Pentacles is known for being steady, reliable, and methodical. Unlike some of the other knights who charge forward impulsively, this knight knows that lasting success comes from persistence and attention to detail. For you, Libras, this is showing me that you've learned the value of patience and consistent effort. This card appearing in your Phoenix Rising reading tells me that your transformation isn't going to be a flash in the pan. You're building something sustainable and long-lasting. Every step you take, every decision you make, every habit you establish is creating a foundation that will support the life you truly want. I'm getting messages about money and material security improving steadily over the coming months. The Knight of Pentacles often indicates a gradual but significant improvement in financial circumstances. If you've been struggling financially or feeling insecure about money, this knight is bringing you a message of hope and practical progress. But what I find most interesting about this card in your reading is how it balances all the emotional and spiritual energy we've been seeing. Yes, you're having this beautiful heart opening and emotional renewal, but you're also being practical and smart about creating the life you want. You're not just floating around in spiritual bliss, you're getting your hands dirty and doing the work. This tells me that your Phoenix transformation is going to be holistic and complete. You're not just healing emotionally or just improving your material circumstances. You're creating positive change in every area of your life simultaneously. Okay, I feel like there's one more message that wants to come through, so let me pull a final card. The card that appeared is the Hermit, and this might seem counterintuitive in a reading about rising like a phoenix and finding new love, but let me explain what I'm seeing. The hermit doesn't always mean isolation or withdrawal. In your case, it's representing the inner wisdom and self-knowledge you've gained through your challenging period. You've done some serious soul-searching, and you've discovered things about yourself that you never knew before. This inner wisdom is going to be your guiding light as you move forward into this new phase of life. The hermit holds a lantern not just to light his own path, but to help guide others as well. You're becoming a beacon of wisdom and inspiration for people who are going through their own dark nights of the soul. What I love about the hermit appearing at the end of this reading is that it tells me your phoenix rising isn't about becoming someone completely different. It's about becoming more authentically yourself than you've ever been before. You've stripped away everything that wasn't really you, all the people-pleasing and self-doubt and confusion about what you really want. Now you know who you are, what you want, and what you're worth. This clarity and self-knowledge is going to inform every decision you make moving forward, and it's going to help you create a life that's truly aligned with your highest self. The hermit also suggests that while new love and partnerships are definitely coming into your life, you're approaching them from a place of completeness rather than neediness. You've learned to be good company for yourself, and this makes you incredibly attractive to others who are also whole and healthy. So let me bring all of these messages together for you, beautiful Libras. What I'm seeing is a complete transformation happening in your life right now. You're rising from a period of mental confusion and limitation, breaking free from old patterns that kept you stuck, and emerging with crystal clear vision about what you want to create. You're entering a phase of expansion and growth where your natural gifts for balance, harmony, and partnership are going to serve you incredibly well. The opportunities coming your way are going to allow you to use these talents in new and exciting ways, and the partnerships you form are going to be based on genuine mutual respect and shared vision. Your heart is opening in ways you didn't know were possible. Whether this manifests as romantic love, deeper friendships, or a stronger connection to your own spiritual nature, you're about to experience love at a level that's more fulfilling and authentic than anything you've known before. At the same time, you're being practical and grounded about building the life you want. You're not just hoping things will get better, you're actively working to make them better. This combination of heart-centered vision and practical action is incredibly powerful, and it's going to create lasting positive change in your life. Most importantly, you're becoming more authentically yourself than you've ever been. All the challenges you've faced have burned away everything that wasn't truly you, leaving behind the pure gold of your authentic self. This is your Phoenix moment, Libras. You're not just recovering from difficult times, you're using them as fuel for the most amazing transformation. The timing on all of this feels like it's happening now through the end of this year, and really picking up momentum as we move into next year. Some of you might already be feeling the shift beginning. Others might still be in the final stages of the clearing process, but everyone is moving in this direction. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and most importantly, trust yourself. You've got this, and the universe is absolutely supporting you every step of the way. Your Phoenix is rising, and it's going to be more beautiful and powerful than you can even imagine right now. Take care of yourselves, stay open to the magic that's coming, and remember that you deserve all the love and happiness that's flowing toward you. This is your time, Libras. Embrace it fully.